So, Mara, can you tell us a bit about Indigenous Round and what it means to you personally?
Yep, so obviously this weekend we're celebrating Indigenous Round in the AFLW. The theme for this week is obviously celebrating our journey of those past, present and emerging and the resilience that they've shown to get to this point. To me, it's actually a pretty special round, obviously being Indigenous myself, and to continue to celebrate our culture and to embrace it and educate people around our culture and what it means, and as well as just acknowledging and honouring those before us is really important, really special.
And getting to pull on the beautiful jumper again, can you talk us through some of the key messages entwined in that?
Yep, so our jersey was actually designed by Buffy Corona, and she, just within the design, it's actually pretty special talking about the club itself and our connections within the club and within the communities, and how they've worked together, and the continuous communication and respect and stuff that we have within those connections.
And obviously for yourself, like you said, being Indigenous, do you feel sort of a greater impetus to turn it on in a round like this?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone does. I know that I guess obviously there is that bit of expectation maybe that you want to perform a bit better, but I guess also it's just another round, I think, when it comes to game and focusing on the way that we want to play as well. So there's also that as well. Yeah.
And how great is it to play Indigenous Round at home as well this year?
Again, it's pretty special to then play within the country where I'm from. So obviously being from this Perth metro area, to playing here is pretty special, as well as having that family connection, the club connection and stuff as well. So I'm very excited for that.
And talk us through the game last weekend. Difficult game, didn't score a goal till half, 2 or 3/4 time. How did you find the loss to Gold Coast?
Obviously it was quite disappointing, but we know that we're better than that. We kind of went away from the standard that we know that we can play, so we're hoping to put that aside and then focus on this weekend.
Michael, obviously coming up against Essendon, wanting to rebound first and foremost, but they're one of the expansion sides who's probably recruited quite well, and a lot of their girls have come through the VFLW together. Are they a different challenge to other expansion sides?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they've done really well with their recruiting, and obviously got some really key mids that we need to take care of. And Bonnie Toogood up forward is a really class actor and a really good forward. So we need to be on our game and make sure we get back to the way we wanted to play. And as Imahra just alluded to, I thought we went away from that on the weekend. Our ball movement didn't resemble anything like it did round one. And we got beaten around the stoppages. I think it was minus 14 stoppages. So it meant the ball lived in Gold Coast front half, and we were trying to get it out and we couldn't get it out. So if we can turn around our clearances and get it in our front half, I think we've got enough talent up there to score. We just didn't give our forwards enough opportunity on the weekend.
One of those mids you probably need to keep an eye on. Maddie Sparkus has been in great form in the opening fortnight. Do you have any plans in particular for someone like her?
I've looked quickly at the game, Carlton. I need to finish the game. I haven't exactly seen the whole match, and I know they come back late. I know Maddie's a fantastic player, and it will have a plan in place for her. Obviously, a key mid for them and a key driver within their team. So we need to make sure we're accountable on her, and win those clearance battles, which she is a major part of.
Could it be Ash Mack again? She obviously did a reasonable job on Erin Phillips in round one, but I guess on the weekend she was still a factor playing on row bottom.
Yeah, Ash is someone that we've gone to in the past. I think we've got a number of options, and I think there were some people that thought Ash tagged on the weekend, but she didn't, and she just played a natural game. But yes, she's showing a thirst for that role, but we just got to pick and choose the times and when to use her in those roles, and it could be this weekend, or we could just see how a game unfolds, and if we need to go to something, we can go to something later on.
How has Belinda Smith pulled up after that knock to the ribs?
Yeah, surprisingly well. She trained okay today, which I didn't think she'd hit the track, but she was out there doing a lot of things. So signs are looking good for her, and we hope she gets up and plays more than 10 minutes this week.
Is she more likely to be straight back in the side, or is it more likely that she might need the week off?
Well, she's not out at the moment, so we're hoping that she plays. But as I said, signs are looking promising, so we hope that she's in our team this week.
And is Amy Schmidt looking good to come back from that concussion?
Yeah, she is. She's done all the protocols that she's had to get through. She's ticked all the boxes, and she'll train tomorrow and get through that full session, and she'll be fine to go.
And obviously took the whole squad over to the Gold Coast, the players who were available. What did you get out of the sort of match play and scrimmage against the Suns? Anyone putting their hands up for selection?
Yeah, I thought there was a couple of good signs from our young players. It's fantastic that we got to take the whole squad over, and it turned out to be a 9v9 game, which is probably a little bit low on numbers than what we'd like. But we got to see young Abby Bushby run around and Zoe Wakefer in the back half, and Hartle in the ruck and playing a key defensive role for us. It all showed signs at the right time. Alice Smith as well. So there was enough there to walk away and think, yeah, we've got a little bit of depth if we need to call on these girls, and we will at some point during the season, but just fantastic for them to get a run, and we'll look to get a few more of those games under our belt in the upcoming weeks.
And how else will the coaches and other players, do you think, harness the sort of importance of Indigenous Round leading into Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. We always honour our Indigenous players really well, I think, at this footy club, and it's terrific that, you know, it's for the younger generation, for them to get and pick a footy up and have a go at Australian rules. And I think Imahra and Crystal and our team lead that really well and educate us as a club and us as a team really well. And the week's only just started for Mars, but she's got a big job ahead of her this week, and we can't wait to get out there and honour our Indigenous girls.
1-1 to start the season. Obviously, a great win in round 1 and a disappointing loss in round 2. 2 games in though, what's impressed you the most from the first 2 rounds?
I think, and I touched on this after the game, that we ran the game out really well, although we didn't put ourselves in a position where we were going to be competing for the win at three-quarter time. But I thought that the way we finished our first 2 games in the last quarter has been really strong, and it's come down to the work we've done over the pre-season, the little extra things that we've done on top of our normal training out on the oval. So I think it holds us in really good stead to run out the games, and that's probably the positive we took out of last week against Gold Coast, because there weren't too many of the positives come out of it.
And Imahra, just where are you at, do you think, personally, with your sort of season and form? Obviously missing round 1, but making your way back into the side. Is it time to sort of try and cement that spot?
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, I'm just focusing on, you know, myself and what I can keep doing and consistently training and stuff. And then I guess, like, obviously cementing the spot and just doing the best that I can with training and games.